I'll tell you guys about a story about a hit and run, like literally hit and run. So it was October 28th, and it's my anniversary with my girlfriend. So we decided to go to Universal Studios, spend a day there. We go spend a day, go on the rides, and everything's normal. Typical day, sunny, and it's like around 5:30 or 6, and they're starting to close off the park because the Halloween Horror Night is coming. Like that's what they have every year. They're like, all right, let's go. Cause we had tickets for that, but that was on another date. So we go, we have dinner, anniversary. We have dinner. It's like around 8. We good dinner. We went to Buca di Beppo, which I've never been to. Italian restaurant. They get huge meals. So then we go. I was happy, full stomach. And we go. We're driving. We go to the parking lot, get out, drive, and there's like big cars because Universal City Walk's there. So it's like really busy on that street. You go into the freeway. So we're sitting there, like there's like a bunch of cars. So we take like 10 minutes to get from one red light to the other, and it's still a red light. So we're there sitting down, and then we're like, oh crap, we need to go on our left, like to turn into the freeway. So we're there waiting for an opening to open up, and there's a big white like delivery truck, like those big white delivery trucks, not the van looking ones, but the actual big trucks. And so obviously we were thinking it was gonna turn, and then the turn signal goes green. And we're like, okay, so the cars start moving, like look for a spot to get in. But the big white truck doesn't move, so we're like, there was a little plaza area next to it, so we're like, oh, it's probably gonna turn. So my girlfriend starts pulling up next to the truck, and I don't know what the guy was doing, but as soon as like the front of the car goes, he goes and like hits it. So we're like, oh, the first thing I thought was like, really? So we go, I get out of the car, like look at the damage. And he hit the front of the car, it was like all scratched, it looked all black, the car's red, so it looked all bad. And then I see the wheel, like it looked fine to me at a moment. And so we got all scarred, just pulled to the side, the guy's gonna follow us, get all the info. And as soon as we pull up, I'm looking at the car, and then she's still in the car calling her parents, because it was their car. She just recently got the car too, so she was like about to cry. So she's there, I'm looking at the damage and stuff, and then and then as I'm looking at the tire, it just oh my, of course, nothing better. So I'm like, we're waiting for the guy, and so I turn around, and then the doors open, and the guy's not in there, so I was like, all right, it's probably around looking at his damage apparently. So I go, and the guy's not there, so I was like, what the heck? And then there was a lady behind. And then she was waiting to turn too. She's like, the guy just ran. He's over there running. I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I just saw him take off. I was like, what the heck? So I was looking. I didn't see anyone. He was already gone, I guess. So I was like, all right. So I guess I'll call the police. And what am I going to do now? So I call the police. Like, we report the accident. They bring 2 squad cars over. And then he's just like, oh, what happened? So it's like, oh, accident. And it's like, oh, where's the other driver? I was like, oh, he kind of just ran that way. And he looks at me like, what? He's like, yeah, he kind of just ran that way. It's like, a lady just told me. He's like, oh, where's the lady? Oh, she left. And he's like, okay. So he goes in the truck, like, inspects it. And he's like, oh, have you been inside the car? Or the big truck? And I was like, oh, no. I was just kind of walking around to see what damage was for him. And then he's like, oh, okay, good, because we found illegal narcotics inside the truck and this. And I was like, oh, well, I haven't gotten it. So and then he's like, all right, good. He runs the plates and he tells me, yeah, this truck is stolen. I was like, oh, well, I don't know. He hit us. I don't know the guy. And so he's like, yeah, so what's the damage to your car? So I explained the car. He had like all scratch and then a pop tire. He's like, all right, well, you guys have insurance, right? I was like, yeah. So we call the tow truck. He comes. He's like, yeah, we'll just, he takes all my girlfriend's info and she's like, well, we're going to have to report this. It's like, all right, well, yeah, obviously. So we go and we just leave. Basically, we leave, and then the whole way we're thinking like really like a good way to end our anniversary, like exciting. And so days later, she gets a call and she like tells me about it because her mom's a court reporter, so she's like all into that. And so she gets a call and she's like, yeah, the guy they found the guy like 2 days after. It's like, yeah, he apparently had stolen the truck because he had like other stuff in the back, which I didn't know of because it's a closed thing. So yeah, put the guys in there, and then he's like, yeah, the insurance is covering half of mine, but I still have to cover half. of the other damage. So she ended up paying for a hit and run in LA that just ran. So that was like a bittersweet kind of moment, like anniversary celebrating, and then exciting, but sucks that she had to pay for the car repairs.